Book is a crazy bestseller. How many weeks have been on the bestseller list?
6 months on a bestseller
6 months.
list.
Now, see, here's what breaks my heart about this, because in my mind, I think of you as a goon. But then when you look at this picture, look at how sweet and adorable that kid is, and it breaks my heart because I have a sweet, adorable kid like that, and I think, oh, great, what if he too becomes a goon? You know?
My friend Bill O'Reilly is completely full of shit.
Bill, you know you gotta play the game that the media elites want you to do, okay? Some places you can draw the line, some places you can't. You and I have taken a lot of positions against the powers that be, and we've paid a heavy price. We have TV shows, product lines, and books, okay? That's the price we pay.
It is tough being me. Is it tough being you?
It's hard for me to be you. I'll tell you that much.
It is?
I want Rush Limbaugh to be the new face of the
Why
Republican
do you do why? Why is
Well, he's tubby. For a long time, he had his housekeeper buying illegal drugs. And I thought, well, if this is what the Republican Party needs, there you go.
You're signing up.
That's, yeah, put
Right.
me down
You're
for that.
on board. Do you really think it's nice to do that to Limbaugh, though? I mean, really. This is a serious question. They set him up as a straw man, right? Like, nobody takes this seriously.
I think he set himself up, didn't he?
Why? He's a radio talk show guy. He goes on the radio just like you go on TV.
Right.
He does his show. You either like it or you don't. Nobody forces you to watch or listen to you or Limbaugh. Why cheap shot the guy? I mean, why bother?
That's a good question. Yeah? Oh, yeah? Whatever. Can you prove that?
I think Fox, in and of yourself, say you're not a news organization all day. Isn't it now your news, what was it? Your news from 9 to 11, and then your opinion, and then your news again from like 1 to 2:30?
It's kind of like a newspaper.
Except on the Jewish holidays, then you're not. And then on alternate parking days, you're news. But then Christmas, you're not. And then... What is it?
Stewart.
During Ramadan, your news?
Stewart.
Am I allowed to say Ramadan on Fox?
You are. You can say Ramadan.
Are you sure?
You know what I hate about people who criticize you?
Who?
They criticize what you say, but they never give you credit for how loud you say it.
That's true. There are not many
or how
people
long you say it.
as loud as I am. But those guys are basically entertainers, and they admit it.
You're an entertainer.
Somewhat.
What do you mean somewhat?
No, we're informational driven. We give information, Dave, which is why I know a lot.
Right. That's
Which is why I've been number one for 100 months.
Yeah, you're not that entertaining.
So, if I'm not that entertaining, why am I so popular?
Exactly.
Are the folks stupid?
Yeah. What are we, stupid?
Yeah. Come on now.
It's all done with this kind of very subtle propaganda.
So
it's all done in questions. I'm not saying Obama's a Stalinist. I'm just putting up Stalin's picture behind me and saying all of his programs. Listen, I grew up in Jersey. I know what this is.
Lays out the conservatives, too.
Please. I know what this is. This is, I come from Jersey. It's the same thing. I'm not saying your mother's a whore. I'm just saying she has sex for money with people.
Who watches you? What's your audience? Do you do research? Do you know who?
Well, Bill, that's one of the reasons I want to do my show. Okay, I emulate you.
Yeah.
And I want to bring your message of love and peace, which I understand that is your message.
It is.
I want to bring the message of love and peace to a younger audience, people in their 60s, people in their 50s, people who don't watch your show.
Okay, so people in their 50s and 60s, too young for the factor.
Right.
I think you guys know exactly what you're doing. You've been very successful at it. But the truth of it is, you're not speaking your conscience.
So we're charlatans, is what you're saying.
A charlatan, it's show business. You know, this is why wrestling is popular.
No.
Why is it that if you take advantage of a tax break and you're a corporation, you're a smart businessman, but if you take advantage of something that you need to not be hungry, you're a moocher? What kind of business is that? It's ridiculous.
Strongly, as you are a liberal and you believe in liberal tenets.
Whoa.
So
Did you just equate that I'm a liberal with somebody being a Christian?
You espouse your liberalism. He espouses his philosophy as well.
That is the most insane comparison I think you've ever made in my life. Here's the difference between my philosophy and Britt's philosophy.
Good.
Britt's not going to hell in mine, and I'm going to hell in his.
Are you really?
I think.
I don't think so. I think.
Oh, is there like a little room that Jews get to wait in?
Be very careful with what we say.
Well, and you should be very careful with what you say also.
Give me an example. Did he answer that?
How can you possibly take exception with the motivation and the position of someone like Cindy Sheehan?
Because I believe she's run by far-left elements in this country. I feel bad for the woman.
Have you lost family members in armed conflict?
No, I have not.
Well, then you can hardly speak for her, can you?
All right, I'm not speaking for her.
I'm very concerned about people like yourself who don't have nothing but endless sympathy for a woman like Cindy Sheehan. Honest to Christ.
No, I'm sorry.
Honest to Christ.
No way.
I'm not smart enough to debate you point to point on this, but I have the feeling
We can
about
check that with the cat.
I have the feeling about 60% of what you say is crap. But I don't know that for a fact.
You've taken a cyclonic, narrative-driven news organization, a media arm of a political party, of a political wing, and you've sprinkled it. You've cut it with a little bit of object, a little bit of Chris Wallace asking a tough question. A little bit.
From 9 to 4, when Cavuto comes on,
not even close.
That's 7 hours.
Not even close. Because they're also part of the journey. They're part
of the journey. Who's part of the journey?
The journey begins in the morning. It begins with the
Fox and Friends.
With the wide-eyed innocence of Fox and Friends. Obama has czars. I Googled czar. Did you know that's a Russian word for a Russian leader? Or they'll go through, these children in 2nd grade are singing the praises of Obama. Did you know they sing the praises of their leader in North Korea? And then when the hard news comes on, they go, some people are concerned that they're indoctrinating children.
So Now, don't you owe me an enormous amount of money?
Well, if I were imitating you, I would, Bill, but there's a difference between imitation and emulation. Let me tell you the difference, okay?
Please.
If you imitate someone, you owe them a royalty check. If you emulate them, you don't. There's a big difference. Check your lawyer.
Watch it for a half an hour. You'll get addicted. You'll be a Factor fan. We'll send you a hat.
Send me a hat. Yeah. Well, send Cindy Sheehan a hat.
I'd be happy to.
Bill, it's always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Happy New Year.
Yes, and you. We'll be right back with Eric Bana.